Today's the day. It is currently raining, which is really bad because the front comes through in an hour and a half, and the temperature is going to drop 30 degrees, 40 degrees in a few hours, and so we are going to have nothing but ice everywhere. So this is 9:30. It says 6:37. It's 9:37. We'll see what it is later. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. So, yesterday did not go as planned. Our electrician did not come. We have to have the female plug replaced in our garage so that we can plug in our new generator. And I gave Dennis some terrible advice yesterday because before he had contacted before he had bought the new generator, he had called a repair company for the old generator, and they had gotten back to him and offered to come and fix our old generator yesterday, and we told them don't come, on my advice. I mean, you know, we discussed it, let me say, because we were expecting our neighbor, our electrician, to come and fix that plug yesterday, and then we would use the new generator. And since we can't use both generators because they have different plugs, we thought, why pay $200 to have the old generator fixed? But if we had our old generator fixed yesterday, we wouldn't be in a bit of a panic now. We do have our electricity still. Dennis just left and said, I'm going now because the front comes in at 11. It's 9:30. So, but our electricity is not that reliable, and we are 100% preparing to lose our electricity and doing whatever we can. So Dennis is going to change that plug. He thinks he can do it because Rick never showed, and that is a big disappointment, let me tell you. It is, the problem, I didn't realize it was going to be raining this morning before the temperature dropped. So anyway, Christy and I are not going to lunch with my friends, and so we will be here, but we are prepared. I have a load of wash in the washer because all my warmest pants were both in the wash. So I am doing a load of warm pants. So they will be washed before 11 o'clock, and they probably will be dried before 11 o'clock. And if they're not, I'll hang them in front of the fire, because it's very possible that our electricity could be out for multiple days, which of course will gunk up our Christmas Eve dinner. Dennis has been sous videing the ribs, so they've been in the sous vide for over 12 hours. So if we can plug the smoker into the generator, I mean, the generator works, and we can run extension cords off the generator, so we can run our refrigerator and things like that, but we won't have water, which reminds me, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go fill the bathtubs, just in case Dennis isn't able to switch the plug, because then we won't have water. We have water, drinking water in the basement, and we fill the tubs to deal with the toilets, and and we have a lot of extension cords, so we will have some electricity, but we won't have the fan on the fireplace, and we won't have the water unless Dennis is able to fix this plug. So anyway, it's really disappointing and stressful because of course we have water here now. But her chair has a battery. So if the power, you know, but I don't know how much battery it has, but the idea is if you're on the chair and the power goes out, the chair will continue in whatever direction you were headed. So that's good. And, you know, and she only uses it once a day. She comes down and then she goes back up. So I'm hoping that there's more than one ride in that battery. Anyway, so we are preparing for the worst and hoping that Dennis, well, and for the middle is Dennis can fix this plug, and the best is we don't lose our power, which is a possibility. I mean, you know, let's not be too pessimistic. So Christy just came down. She brought down some fingering weight. I don't want to, like, you know, ruin her surprise, but she was working on granny squares last night, and she did a great job.
I did do a great job.
Yeah, they're wonderful. And she started with the fingering, and that felt awkward with her needle or her hook, and so we found her a DK or a worsted. It's in my, you know, bin, so I don't know exactly what it was, to be honest. But she made 3 granny squares, and we were watching how to make a granny square videos, and there were 3 different methods, so she did one of each method and picked the one she liked. Apparently there isn't just one way to make a granny square, in case you were wondering. It's not a set design. I mean, it's a set design, but it's not a set method. So anyway, so she brought down some fingering and thought she'd give it a try now that she feels like she's got the hang of it. But she'll tell you all about that on her floss tube later today. Meanwhile, it's day 23. Oh my gosh, it's day 23. Grinch bag. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I bet you this says Maze. It does, and she even spelled Maisie right. Yeah, the way I spell it. Of course, you know, Maisie, the person's name, has an I, M-A-I-S-I-E or something. Anyway, this is how we spell it. Thank you, my dear. I will find that little piece, still have it, that little tiny, ooh, earthquake, little tiny, and I will hang this on the tree. Aww. With a kiwi. So cute. Thank you, my dear. And feel better, Megan. Megan is post-surgery and recovering. But she's not in knitting condition yet. So let's send her all our healing thoughts. With some more green. You're lucky I like green. I'm lucky I like green. And I'm loving her greens. This is the darker one. This is Sparkle. Yeah, the end of this shawl, when I get back to it, is going to be pretty green. And that's going to be wonderful. I did not work on my shawl last night. I got inspired by the granny squares and worked on my blanket. Plus, I was cold. And that blanket is big enough to keep me warm while I'm working on it. I'll be working on it. If this power goes out, I'll be working on my granny square because I don't need a lot of light for that, and it will keep me warm. But meanwhile, I'm washing my warm pants and hoping to dry them before the front comes through. So, I really love that color. I really do. One of these days, Megan, I am going to send you a box full of bare yarn and ask you to do me a favor. Because I'm loving your greens. I really am. I really, really am, my dear. Thank you so much. Gorgeous. So, well, you heard the prediction for today. Yesterday, I actually got a lot done. I made the party salad. Oh my gosh. So party salad takes whipped cream. It's cream cheese, whipped cream, a little bit of mayonnaise, gelatin, and fruit. and sugar. Basically, that's what it is. So get the whipped cream pint container and I shake it, you know, and as I'm opening it, I realize, oh, wait a minute, we have an open one. So I go grab the open one and I put that in the bowl because I'll use that first and then I'll just use whatever I need out of the new one. And without thinking, I shook it again. Now the order of events was shake it, take the lid off, shake it. So I lost about at least a quarter cup, maybe more, a third of a cup of heavy cream all over our floor. We have 2 big dogs. And our floor was just washed not that long ago. They cleaned it. Although Dennis did mop it afterwards. He said it still felt slippery. But they like cream. Anyway, so I made the party salad. Aura was very helpful yesterday. She cut up the strawberries because of, you know, our limited range of fruits we can eat. I only put blueberries and strawberries in the party salad. Normally it would have like fruit cocktail and pineapple. So she cut up the strawberries for me for the party salad, and she zested the limes for the key lime pie, and she didn't even complain because I've been teasing her relentlessly for all the pissing and moaning she did the first time she had to zest key lime. She complained the whole time, but she didn't say a word. But so I made a key lime pie, and we have enough juice and zest for another pie, which we put in the freezer. We put the juice and zest in the freezer, not the pie. We've had frozen one of these key lime pies when we went to the Outer Banks in October, because we brought one for dessert. We actually brought 2, I think. And oh, now that I'm saying that, I'm wrong. I was saying that, well, the first one we ate, it seemed like it didn't really unfreeze that great. But I'm just realizing as I'm talking to you that that one had sat out quite a while, and so wasn't, you know, it was almost like room temperature. And it separated a little bit. I mean, it was good and everybody loved it. But the second one actually was fine, and it came straight out of the refrigerator. So we thawed it and then put it in the refrigerator, and it was fine. So I guess I could have made 2 pies, except I didn't. Whatever. Anyway. And I baked some more crackers. I had made dough for 2 batches of crackers the other day, and so I baked another batch of crackers to make sure we had plenty of crackers. And because we have more people eating the crackers now. And I cleaned up the corner in the dining room. We still have work to do in the dining room. Dennis still has stuff on the table that he had, but his plan today was he was going to sort that out. Whether that's still his plan, we'll see, because he's got to do this electrical work. So, yeah, I don't know. Hold on, I'll take you there. So this corner was behind a bunch of boxes and of course full of dust. So this is our scientific equipment coffee maker. It's very cool. You put the coffee in here with a filter under it. You put ice cubes in here and it goes down, and I think that's just for looks, down and drips into that. And as the ice cubes melt, it makes cold brew coffee. Isn't that cool? So some things we cherish here. I have this piece probably sideways compared to what it should be, but these bars feel very protective of it with dogs running around. So the piano. There's a Lazy Susan on the piano. I'm going to probably put that on the table or find some place for it. Jason and Allison gave us that years ago, and it could come in handy. These boxes are these boxes are empty, and they're getting moved. Oh, that's a hat box. That's for Rich. These 2 are empty, and they're getting moved. These 2 are the coffee maker and the espresso maker. They're going in Christy's car. So, and here's the dining room table. This is a 3D printer. Jason's taking that, so it's going away too. So Dennis has to figure out where he's putting his chocolate molds and some of his jars. But this is seriously improved. This has all been sorted out, cleaned, and there we go. I think I still have to dust. I probably need to dust this piece, but we're done. We moved the one thing that was in front of the corner there. We cleaned out the corners. Look, we cleaned out the corners. I didn't do the windowsill. Oh, snap. And I still have these two things I have to organize. But look at our dining room. It's so nice. Now we got to sweep it really well, and then Dennis is going to mop. And tomorrow I'm setting the table, so assuming all goes well. That's our plan. And there's Christy crocheting in her jammies, doing her granny square. You want to wave? There she is. And I'm going to go. I got to edit this. Oh, I got new software. I think I told you all that shenanigans, but if I didn't, I'll tell it to you another day. But Dennis bought me new editing software and put it on a new machine for me to use. And I used it yesterday and it worked out pretty well, but I rendered it at a lower resolution. And I'm going to do the same today because I don't know how to change it and he's not here. So let me know what you think, because it makes smaller files and it's faster. But when I looked at yesterday's on my TV, my lipstick didn't seem as bright. Although now that I look at my lipstick, it doesn't seem as bright either. So maybe it was okay. So let me know what you think about the resolution, if you have any opinion. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.